imagine trying to actually loop a killer for 5 gens. Like, imagine trying to go into it where thinking you're trying to get a clip for YouTube, right? I wouldn't try to go for a 5 gen chase. I wouldn't try to go for it, in my opinion. I feel like you have to just read the situation. If it happens, it happens. You know what I mean? Like, I have looped the killer for 4 gens with no perks, 3 gens with no perks. I looped the doctor, which I will include the video at the end of this video of me looping the doctor for 5 gens, no cutscenes or none of that, right? And I'm gonna tell you this now, you're gonna get a lot of hate mail for that. You're gonna get a lot of people getting upset with you, saying you're looping baby killers, you're bullying, all because you're pretty much just good in chase, right? Now, before I continue this video and before I give you the 3 values and, you know, points of how to actually try to loop a killer for 5 gens if it happens. My name is LibraGod90. I try to post videos daily on YouTube and TikTok. I also have an active Twitter account. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment your thoughts below. Let me know your experience in this game. Let me know if you're good at looping, if you struggle at looping. Let me know your hours, etc. Now, I'll just say this, right? My first advice is get better at looping, get better in chase, get better with the boldness emblems, right? Like, that's like the 4 emblems you have at the end of the game, you know, boldness, altruism, you know, lightbringer, etc., right? I wouldn't focus on trying to like get like these crack moments if you're not just good in chase. Like, for example, I'm going against a very strong killer, the 2nd strongest killer in the game, Blight, right? Now, you see how I'm able to mind game around this, and, you know, he don't know what to do, right? Because he's so used to people just throwing down pallets, right? I was able to catch him with this one, though, right? And that was close because they almost gave him that hit. Or, like, with this Bubba, right? A lot of people hate going against Bubbas. Now, this Bubba is experienced because look how he's moving with that chainsaw, right? Like, that's not easy to do. Like, if you don't main Bubba, you definitely not doing that, right? I tried to play with Bubba. I mean, I can do okay with him, but I'm definitely not him with Bubba. Right? Now, you saw he's catching up. You saw how he's trying to, like, you know, he's getting close, right? He swings. I don't know why, because he definitely wasn't that close to hit me. But you see how I'm hugging the wall. You see how I'm like, now I messed up on that one, right? And you gotta make mistakes. I still caught him with a stun. But you see how I'm hugging the like my loops tightly. You pretty much have to do that to like kind of gain distance, and also you want to always have the killer in your line of sight. That means you want to look at that red stain. That helps you. You also want to turn your right stick camera, or if you're on PC. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care if you're on PC or console, many survivors struggle at looping. They do not know how to loop. I'm going to say this again. On console and PC, many survivors do not know how to loop. They know how to run and throw down pallets just because. Now, sometimes, like in a weak like loop like this, you're going to sometimes need to throw down the pallet, especially if you're injured. But like the strong loop I was just looping Bubba, you don't have to throw down that pallet. You can just greed that as much as you can. But be careful with greeting. Okay, be very careful with greeting, because greeting in itself is already not good anyway, right? Now look at this Ghostface. Now this Ghostface, even though he can shut off his red light, I can still see him. He didn't do it this time, but I can still see him. And you got veteran killers that they will try to moonwalk, and, you know, my only advice is go to KYF, which is kill your friends, you know, and just practice this. Like, have them play killer while you know, get better at looking behind you and running and stuff like that. One of the main ways to try to go for a 5 gen chase, or for it to happen, is you have to have 3 of your survivors knocking out gens. Okay, it's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't care if you can loop a killer for 10 minutes. It's not going to matter if you don't have people popping gens, because at the end of the day, you're not really going too far unless gens are popped, right? It's not like it's a time. I wish they had like a time limit where you can actually loop a killer. Like, it'd be like a different mode outside of doing gens, and you can 1v1 killers, and however long you can loop a killer, then, you know, you get more points, and then you go next. I wish it was like that, because I would play that all day. I wouldn't play this mode. But that's one of the ways. People have to do gens. People have to be knocking out gens. That's obvious for it to be a 5 gen. Because if you don't hear a gen pop, then you don't know where you are, right? Like, you don't know how close people are done, right? So that's 1. 2, the killer has to stay on you. Like this nurse, besides she's on me, right? The killer has to stay on you. The killer cannot break chase and go chase anybody else within that 5 gen chase, and then it counts. No, the killer has to chase you all day, whether you are just mind gaming or catching with a pallet stunner. And trust me, a lot of killers will get very upset when you're doing that. So they're never gonna leave you for the most part. Only smart killers and veteran killers will actually leave, especially like the higher in MMR you go. But I will say this though, now like at the lower levels, yeah, you're gonna have killers you can easily mind game a little bit better, especially if you have like thousands of hours into the game. But when you go against higher levels, you're gonna have people with better mind gaming skills as killer. But also too, I know killers that would chase me for like 20 seconds, and because they know I mind game and I don't just throw down pallets, they will find somebody else. And this is how you can actually avoid being tunneled all game. If you are really good in chase, a killer will try anybody that they feel like they can go after. But once the killer knows that it's not easy to catch you, oh, they'll leave you alone. They'll be like, I'm not gonna waste my time, right? I mean, unless they're like, like the obsession, which again, they still have to catch, like this Bubba, he has to catch me, but he's not. He's not built like that. He's too big to think he's gonna keep up with me. I'm sorry, like I'm too athletic. I'm too agile. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much it for that one. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said, to me, when I looped the killer for 5 gens, I mean, it was like, wow. At least I can say I did that. You know what I mean? At least I can say, because at the end of the day, your perks do not carry you the way people think they do. Like, I don't care if you run Dead Hard, Unbreakable, DS. If you do not know how to loop, if you do not know how to run the killer, it's not gonna matter what you use. It's the same way with killers, right? If killers don't know how to chase it in, chase quickly, it doesn't matter what slowdown builds they use, right? You still have to catch them. Like this Sadako, she's trying to mind game me. Like, you see how fun this is, dude? You see how fun this is? Like, this is fun. Like, I love, and there's nothing more thrilling than being able to mind game a killer. You know what I'm saying? Or a killer mind gaming you. It's fun on both sides. Farming is not fun for me, but this is fun. So, in closing, like I said, I wouldn't necessarily try to go for a 5 gen chase. I would just say, if it happens, it happens. Don't try to throw your team off by trying to do something that's very unnecessary. Practice, get better in chase, choose some very smart perks like, Dead Hard is a very good one, right? Learn how to hug the walls tightly. And listen, just let me know what you guys think. This is pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys have a blessed day. Stay safe out here, and peace.